Hi, I'm Joey Sorge, and you're watching Click on This Show.
It's a Broadway star,
Yeah.
and he got hit severely by COVID-19.
Yeah, Nick Cordero, he was our leading star in Bronx Tale. He played the Chaz Palminteri role, and he's Tony nominated for Bullets Over Broadway. He is salt of the earth, one of the nicest people in the world. He always made you feel like $1,000,000 when you walked in the room. He was hit really hard. I mean, he went in with some symptoms, wasn't sure what was going on. They said it was negative for COVID, but then he was having trouble breathing, so they kept him in the hospital. Next thing you know, he's on a ventilator. Then he had some dialysis problems. He had some infection problems. He actually had to have his leg amputated. His lungs have just been rattled by this because it turned out to be COVID. He was getting false results. It turned out he was positive for COVID, and it's just been eating him up. He was in a coma for almost 3 weeks, I think, maybe 4 weeks, and he finally woke up a couple days ago. He's on the mend. He's still not really, he's conscious, but he's not really communicative yet. From what I know, this is all from his wife and her Instagram posts, he's tracking, which means they're saying, look left, look right, and he'll do it, but that's about as far as they've gotten so far as I know. He's off of a lot of the machines that he was on. I think he has a trach and a ventilator through the trach now, which I think apparently is better than having it through the mouth, all the way down. So that being said, there was a GoFundMe page set up for him by a group of his friends, his dearest, closest friends. And they raised a phenomenal amount of money for him and his wife, because they're going to have ridiculous medical hospital bills. And they had just bought a house. They're in the middle of renovating. So now it's got to be refitted for, handicap.
Probably a wheelchair
accessibility or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be needed, but they're going to have to retrofit it somehow. So all those things are going to cost money, and they just have a baby boy, a 1-year-old baby boy, Elvis.
I've seen pictures of Elvis. He's adorable. And his wife, she does a lot of fitness stuff.
Yeah, she's an entrepreneur, Amanda Kloots. She started her business a couple of years ago after she left performing. They met doing Bullets Over Broadway. So they moved to LA, and she basically quit performing and really dedicated herself to this fitness program. She does a thing, it's a jump rope regime that she works on. She has made herself into quite a celebrity. She's wanted all over the world, and she's got a huge fan base, which I think helps get the word out about what's happening with Nick, but not just with Nick, but what's happening with this disease. And I think that was really helpful in educating people about how serious this is. He's 41 years old and as strong as a bull, and I could not imagine this affecting him the way it did. Unfortunately, he has become one of the poster children of this situation, but hopefully for the better, it will educate people to wear a mask and take care of themselves. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm tacking on a month to everything the government says. So if the government says it's okay to go outside, I'm going to wait another month just to be careful.
It was because of your post I found out about Nick and Amanda and what they've been going through, and I was able to share. So hopefully people can maybe get on to Amanda's Instagram and
go to Instagram.
Or even your professional page and see something there that will link them up to their GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But right before Michael Jackson, you did a couple of other shows too. I think one of them was controversial.
I was White Man #1.
Yes.
Yes. It was a play. I just finished doing this. As a matter of fact, we were in the middle of performances when we got shut down from the COVID. It's called Help. It's by Claudia Rankine. She is a MacArthur Fellow, wonderful writer. She was writing a very timely piece about white privilege and how racism is basically injected into all of our lives in some way, shape, or form, and how we don't even realize it. Just the fact of not acknowledging someone's race is a form of racism. Better to actually talk about it than to pretend it's not there, because that is denying that person and who they are. It was a fascinating piece. There were, Rosalind Ruff was our leading lady. She's a very talented African-American actress. She's been in a number of television, film, TV things. You know, look her up, IMDb her. It was her, and there were 20 white men of all shapes and sizes. And the story was basically based on Claudia's experiences in airports. She travels for her business a lot as a writer and kind of stuff like that. She would have conversations with just random white men in the airports and about their ideas of white privilege and what it means to be white. So it was basically vignettes of her experiences over the years of meeting white men in the airports and talking to them and understanding them or debating them or whatever it may be, you know, what we could learn from each other. And it was a fascinating piece. It would change from day to day because it was so timely. I mean, we literally were talking about politics, talking about what happened yesterday, you know, in the news. There was talk about the election, and then all of a sudden half of the Democratic candidates disappeared and quit. So then we had to change it, you know, for what was left. You know, it was that kind of thing. So it's not a kind of play that would be done like 5 years from now, like on the road. It's because it's so about what's happening right now. But it was wonderful. The way it was set up, we were in an airport, waiting to get on our flight. But we were sitting in airline seats that were also office chairs. And so we could roll around on stage and do different formations and different setups and different scenes. And we're all wearing our suits and, you know, had our phones and our briefcases. And it was a really fascinating play. And they're hoping to do it in the fall. I mean, we'll see what happens. But it's being done at the Shed, which is down on 30th Street. It's this new facility, beautiful facility that they, what's his name, Bloomberg invested in. And it's huge. They have events come in all the time, but they also it's a big, huge black box theater, but they can transform it into anything. And when I say transform, they transformed this into a gleaming white set. It's gorgeous. And at the beginning of the play, when you walk in, there's a window that the audience walks by, and you can see all of the white men in their habitat waiting for their flights.
Oh, wow.
So we're all like,
gosh,
you know,
I wish this virus would just go away, because now I really want to see that too.
Yeah, we're all on our phones or reading the newspaper or drinking coffee or talking with someone and laughing. And, you know, we're just kind of like these museum pieces. And then the play starts. It's a fascinating look at white privilege. And it opened my eyes up too, you know, in a lot of different ways. So.
Well, Joey, I mean, I know that probably hit close to you too, because you have biracial children.
Yes.
You married a beautiful African-American lady who
yes.
I was hoping to get on here too, but she went and hid with your dog.
They're all hiding. Yeah, they all were like, Daddy's on. And they just scatter, you know.
Yeah, but you know what? Kudos to you. This is what I love about you too, because you're so humble and you've done all this stuff. And you're such a dedicated, loyal family man. And I've seen the pictures of your girls. You've got two beautiful little girls.
Yeah, not little anymore.
Wow.
Like 14 and 12. Yeah, they're a handful, I tell you, you know.
But you've done it. You're between you and a really great partner, you are balancing this.
Yeah, we have our ups and downs, and we're both in the business in some way, shape, or form. So we're always, one is holding the other one up.
Well, didn't she have a dance studio? Wasn't she a dance instructor?
No, she's a teacher. She teaches musical theater at Bayonne High School in New Jersey. She has like 4 classes. She's in charge of the musical theater program. So she's actually doing all of it, you know, the productions, directing, choreographing. And then she also jobs out and choreographs at different high schools for other, you know, events. So, you know, Tenafly High School will have her come up and do a production in the summer and that kind of thing. So she's all over the place. We always joke, my wife has 4 jobs. You know, I'm just struggling to keep one. But she's the one who holds the house up. She really does. She's the bones of the family. So I'm very lucky.
You are very lucky. You're very blessed. I'm very blessed to be your friend. I'm so happy you're on here. You were going to give us a little sample of your voice because I've been making you. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Okay. So this is a song that maybe I think might be helpful for now because of what we're all dealing with. When I'm worried and I can't sleep, I count my blessings instead of sheep, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. When my bankroll is getting small, I think of when I had none at all, and I fall asleep counting my blessings. I think about a nursery and I picture curly heads, and one by one I count them as they slumber in their beds. If you're worried and you can't sleep, just count your blessings instead of sheep, and you'll fall asleep counting your blessings. Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You were on key and everything, man.
Thank you. I think I was. I don't know. Yeah, that's from White Christmas, Irving Berlin's White Christmas. And I did that production a couple of years ago at the Ogunquit Playhouse in Ogunquit, Maine, and at their music hall. And I love that song. And I was singing it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, it really is kind of what we're all going through right now. We need to count our blessings, and hopefully get some sleep through it all.
This is going to sound crazy, but I really enjoy this type of interview more because we are at our most humblest. I mean, look, COVID hair, don't care. I mean, I was thinking about doing the interview like this.
Oh my gosh.
This is my interview view. Yeah, how was it?
Yes.
But I get to see the background of your house. We had the dog jump on him earlier, and that just brings a more personal level to me.
Yeah. You definitely made me feel more relaxed. I was like, oh, so it's a Facebook Live thing. I'm nervous. Oh, I gotta make sure everything's set up, and then I was like, yeah, whatever.
There you go.
Oh, and then I want to say one more thing. There's two things that I would love to promote.
Sure.
They're just they're organizations right now. The last year I've been doing transcendental meditation, and I'm really into TM now, and it's one of the things that's helping me get through all of this. Twice a day I meditate, and it just takes me to a deeper place, where I can, a quieter place where all that noise is that's usually in our heads. And I learned at the davidlynchfoundation.org in New York City. It's a nonprofit organization, and by paying to learn TM there, the money is used to teach TM to veterans who suffer from PTSD, as well as children from low income or struggling areas where they can't afford this kind of therapy. And I think it's a wonderful organization. So I totally go to davidlynchfoundation.org if you want to learn TM, or if you want to support and donate to their cause. But also, they just started a program within the organization called healthehealersnow.org. And basically they're offering to teach TM for free to healthcare workers, people on the front lines who are going to be suffering from this, all of the trauma that they're dealing with on a day-to-day
there's a
basis.
lot of nurses, the one that committed suicide, they're going through a form of PTSD.
Exactly. And so they're offering now through this organization, if you can donate to help them afford to teach healers for free. So they can learn transcendental meditation, which has been proven scientifically to be one of the best meditations to deal with stress, with anxiety, depression. It's wonderful. And it's changed my life in the last year. So it's davidlynchfoundation.org. And within that, they also have healthehealersnow.org, which is their new initiative for the healthcare workers.
Any people in this field,
Yeah.
we just don't know what to do with ourselves, where we're going. There's a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah. Well, there's also, David Lynch Foundation is actually in New York City, but if anyone wants to learn TM, there are TM organizations all over the country. You just go to tm.org and you can find your local TM organization. And there's always someone there who can teach you. It's like a 4-day thing. It takes about 4 days to learn. You're given a mantra that's special to you and no one else. And then the second day you learned how to use it. You're taught how to use it. And then the next 2 days is you learn more about the meditation, and then you're off and it's yours.
Thank you so much, Joey. I love you.
I love you.
I'm so proud to be your friend. I'm so happy you were able to do this for us.
I'm proud of you too.
I'm so misty by the fact that you sang a cappella. I loved it. There's nothing like theater roots.
That's right. We go back.
So give your wife and kids a hug from us, and you'll be seeing this soon. We'll let you know when it comes out.
All right. And thanks for whoever watched today. Thank you. And I'll see you soon, Desi.